Welcome to Catholic Daily Mass Readings. Today is Friday, the 15th of May, 2026, Friday before Ascension Sunday. Today we celebrate Friday before Ascension Sunday. We are in the season of ordinary time. Today's readings remind us that even in times of uncertainty and challenge, God is always with us, guiding and supporting us. We hear in the first reading how the Lord speaks to Paul in a vision, urging him to speak out and not be silenced, and promising to be with him. This message of hope and courage is echoed in the Psalm, which celebrates God as the King of all the earth, and in the Gospel, where Jesus tells his disciples that although they will face sorrow, their sorrow will turn to joy when they see him again. Through these readings, we are invited to trust in God's presence and promise, and to look forward to the joy that is to come. A reading from Acts, chapter 18, verses 9 to 18. At Corinth one night the Lord spoke to Paul in a vision, "Do not be afraid to speak out, nor allow yourself to be silenced. I am with you. I have so many people on my side in this city that no one will even attempt to hurt you." So Paul stayed there preaching the word of God among them for 18 months. But, while Gallio was proconsul of Achaia, the Jews made a concerted attack on Paul and brought him before the tribunal. "We accuse this man," they said, "of persuading people to worship God in a way that breaks the law." Before Paul could open his mouth, Gallio said to the Jews, "Listen, you Jews. If this were a misdemeanor or a crime, I would not hesitate to attend to you, but if it is only quibbles about words and names, and about your own law, then you must deal with it yourselves. I have no intention of making legal decisions about things like that." Then he sent them out of the court, and at once they all turned on Sosthenes, the synagogue president, and beat him in front of the courthouse. Gallio refused to take any notice at all. After staying on for some time, Paul took leave of the brothers and sailed for Syria, accompanied by Priscilla and Aquila. At Cenchreae he had his hair cut off, because of a vow he had made.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John, chapter 16, verses 20 to 23. Jesus said to his disciples, "I tell you most solemnly, you will be weeping and wailing while the world will rejoice. You will be sorrowful, but your sorrow will turn to joy. A woman in childbirth suffers, because her time has come, but when she has given birth to the child she forgets the suffering in her joy that a man has been born into the world. So it is with you, you are sad now, but I shall see you again, and your hearts will be full of joy, and that joy no one shall take from you. When that day comes, you will not ask me any questions." Take a moment to reflect. In John 16 verses 21 to 22, Jesus compares the anguish of a woman in labor to our own experiences of suffering. Just as a mother's pain gives way to joy when her child is born, our trials will yield to eternal rejoicing when we see Jesus again. Living united to Christ gives us the confidence and determination to endure anguish, whereas without him, even small trials can feel overwhelming. God permits trials to strengthen our virtues and prepare us for eternity, and the temporary pain they bring is far outweighed by the eternal victory we can achieve through them. The Gospel illustrates this point beautifully in the example of pregnancy and childbirth. The purpose of pregnancy is to cooperate with God's creative power and bring a new soul into the world, a soul that will exist for all eternity. While the labor pains that accompany childbirth are not desirable in themselves, a woman willingly endures them for the joy of new life. Afterward, the pain is put into perspective by the reward of holding her newborn child, and she does not regret having endured the labor. In the same way, we must be willing to endure temporary trials in order to receive eternal blessings. Trials are a consequence of original sin, and they were not part of God's original plan for humanity. However, after the fall, God sent His Son to overcome them, and now He invites us to follow His example. When we face trials, God offers us His strength to carry our crosses, just as Jesus carried His own. Jesus is fully aware of our anguish, and His awareness brings us hope. He promises to see us again, and our hearts will rejoice in a way that no one can take away. As Jesus told His apostles, and tells us, "I will see you again, and your hearts will rejoice, and no one will take your joy away from you." This promise gives us the courage to endure our trials, knowing that they are temporary and that eternal joy awaits us. By embracing our trials and carrying our crosses with Jesus, we can overcome them and receive the eternal blessings that God has in store for us. Let us now still our hearts and turn to God in prayer. Lord, help us to trust in your promise of joy, even in the midst of sorrow. May our hearts remain faithful to you, and may we always remember that our suffering will give way to lasting joy when we are reunited with you. Fill us with your peace and love. Thank you for joining us for today's daily Mass readings. God bless you and your family. Subscribe for daily readings, and we will see you tomorrow.